Let's start streaming this week. We can get all ready here.
Oh, I hit start streaming already.
Oh, shit, the bed.
Hit the button. So over here, it looks like it's rolling over here.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think so. Is it going? I think it's going. Oh yeah, look, there's 0 views. Excellent connection.
Alright.
What's the stream settings say?
It doesn't say anything.
Huh. How do I get it? It says end stream up here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, connected
Yeah.
here. So you got one.
Yep, we're live.
Aha, we did it. We did it. We're live.
Finally. Oops.
Yeah, this time I'll free to turn my mic on for the whole one.
Right.
I just turned it
Your
on.
mic does need turned on. Move some of the stuff off the table. Well, we got this figured out. All right, Canna family. What is smoking, Canna family? It is your host, Dustin, with 2 buds in a jar. What is up today? We have had a hell of a day getting this live stream working. My God. All right. Yep, we got on it though. So, what is smoking out there in YouTube land, Canna fam? Today we got Harry Cola. What's up? My hairy co-host. And as some of you guys call him in the comments, he's as hairy as the coolest he grows. That shit was funny, but all right. I can see we're actually live, so let's get into it today. Let me explain, guys. We're going to be doing a podcast. That's right. You heard that right. Not podcast, podcast. We're going to be doing this every Monday, Canna Fam, so we can talk personally live to you guys while filming the episode. There was a lot of token in between me and Harry getting this set up. There was frustration clouds pooting around the building. It was going down as far as token to get this set up. So much appreciation, guys, for all the likes, the comments, the shares. It really helps the algorithm in our channel. We greatly appreciate it. We see a lot of you guys in the comment section each and every day. And I usually do the replying because I do the social media part. Harry does a lot of the technical work and the camera and the editing. So we are the United Cannabis duo here, I guess would be the best way to put it as far as that. So we got a topic of each type of podcast. We got a whole docket written down of different things we're going to talk about. So we're going to get right into it. And Harry Cola, the future of 2 buds in a jar and what we're doing moving forward is the first topic.
Right. So moving forward into the future, where's 2 buds in a jar go?
Yes, sir. All right.
I thought you had something to say, and I was gonna add something to it, but I forgot exactly what you were saying. I know we're doing a whole bunch with growing and Munchie Mondays.
We're going to be doing Canna Family. We have time to properly get our game faces on for the camera before everything popped on and stuff started going live. So excuse us in between, but I apologize. But anyway, we're having Munchie Mondays come up. We're making unique dishes, and we're talking about infused everything, Canna family. Everything that you could imagine infused, plus unique dishes that you've never heard of or seen infused, different snacks and beverages as well, Canna family. You will see all this and more on this channel, and we will be doing this with each grow. Each grow will sacrifice a plant. That plant will be used the material to make these edibles, whether it's can of butter, sugar, oil, all sorts of things. In order to make this, we will cook this, show you how to prep it, do it yourself at home with your own crop or your own cannabis, and it will be amazing, Canna family, because you will be able to know how to cook and eat everything that's infused by this beautiful plant. Secondly, we're going to be doing a lot more reviews on different products. I see you guys like that. You comment different stuff you use in your garden. So there will be that. We'll be doing a lot more reviews. You guys seem to like them. We will be doing more cart reviews and disposable reviews as well. That just takes time in between to locate the right ones we want to do. Videos on. If you guys have any ideas for carts or disposable brands, we should do videos on. Put them down in the comment section below this video. Um, Let me see. We got a lot more shorts content as far as growing. Me and Harry Cola's got a lot of different strands between us. And with that being said, you're going to see a lot of different plants from start to finish, which is cool. You guys can see it from seedling to kind of flowering, beginning to end. So that'll be a really cool thing for the shorts, I gotta say. Another thing we want to bring is more cinematic approach to our videos, different angles, different views, a lot more B-roll. Switch it up for you guys. You guys will see me a lot videos. You'll see Harry in videos and shorts as well from time to time, mostly in shorts. Is
Goofy skits,
he like
satire stuff,
he does?
grows.
Yep, he does his satire, and we each do different grows. I do the mimosa cake. He's doing oops the amnesia haze right now. So you have different grow aspects, different ways of growing. You can watch two different ways on one channel, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to be able to see the differences because you have different techniques that you implement, and I have different techniques that I implement. It's interesting. We have different spaces too, so you can see a plant grown in that 2 by 2 by 3
Yeah,
tent,
yeah,
or your space where you have a lot more roomy space, so those plants can really stretch out.
yeah. Mine's at a 4 by 4, but if I remove the wall, it's 5 by 5. So ultimately, it's a 5 by 5 tent I can applicate, or a 4 by 4. With the wall up in that other section for vegetative growth. Um, So, yeah, I got a bigger space I can utilize, and I'm going to do all sorts of things, guys. You're going to see all sorts of things. I'm going to bring this cannabis game to a whole new level of all sorts of things. Because I feel like a lot of channels forget a lot of different things that just need to be applicated and shown to. You know, I'm just saying, and we're covering it all here on one channel, everything.
Everything from growing to knowledge to histories to goofy satire skits.
Yes, sir. All that and more. We're getting all this different stuff, conglomerating it, all on one channel for you, the viewer, to check out and see. All we ask is you definitely like, subscribe, leave comments below, just say hey, even. It helps the algorithm greatly because YouTube likes to age restrict this content. But if you guys, the viewer, just show that you like the content and you get notifications, you show your friends, the algorithm will notice this and recommend our channel. That's all we ask from you guys. It's greatly appreciated. We've been getting a lot more subscribers, a lot more viewers, a lot more views. I mean, honestly, I thought we kind of hit 800, 900, kind of plateau. I mean, but we keep climbing those numbers, and it's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah,
Um,
it's,
you
it's
know, but that just shows Harry. I feel like me and Harry need to step up our game, and we are. You can see a great evolution now, evolutionizing period with two buds in a jar from beginning to end. I can say, or not end, but thus far. Our first video were the wax pens, and they were by Smile or Smiley. They were Delta or something of that nature. And from that video up into this point, oops, I keep hitting my mic, but we've been doing pretty good. I gotta say, the video's been enhanced, and the quality's a lot better.
Hopefully the audio sounds
Um,
good out there. It's
yeah. I gotta say, though,
better than that last one when I tried to.
yeah, sometimes, guys, you got to understand there will be audio issues, but we got professional equipment. We're just not using a phone. We use multiple laptops, multiple cameras, a bunch of stuff to make all this work. And, Harry's the tech guy and he's well on it. So, you know, he's definitely seeing that there's a lot of different things we can applicate and we do to the channel. We're going to definitely bring that. So I think that's what the future Two Buds in a Jar brings is just more quality content covering everything and anything you need to know about cannabis as always. That's what we've been about, very passionate about this plant. Um, and that's what we try to push. It's just, understanding of the plant, how to grow it, how to smoke it, how to use it and utilize it for the true medicine that it actually is. It's always good to get recreationally baked as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool in the modern day now that we can finally like talk about it and it can be a conversation that can be brought forward because like 20 years ago you could never make a YouTube channel about talking about cannabis and growing cannabis and all the ins and outs and I really like to do experiments on the plant. I want to really try and do a bunch of different things. I know when I was first growing and I was growing tomatoes and I was studying cannabis, and with tomatoes, I was studying tomatoes too, and with them, there's something called companion planting. And back then, I was naive enough to believe that I could somehow pull that off with cannabis plants. But after growing them and realizing just how there's a reason they call it a weed, it just dominates its area, and if anything's in its area, it's gonna just overgrow it.
That is very true. Um, I do think, referring to what you were saying, um, let me think. Um, I started off with succulents. I started off with cactuses. I started off with carnivorous exotic plants of all different types and species. And after I realized I could grow this thing, I smoked weed for the first time. I think I was 13 years old, and I fell in love. All I know is I wanted to feel that way every day. I loved being stoned. I loved the way it made me have an outlook. Toward people, toward the world. Um, it had me have a better, deeper understanding of the world around me and the people around me as well. So I just, it really opened up my mind in a positive aspect and allowed me to change myself too, because we all have things we need to change sometimes to be better humans in our life. It allowed me to do that. I've seen it actually medically help people, children especially. There's a whole case about Charlotte's Web and the CBD strand that's primarily based off her. It helped her and her quality of life. So, I have a strong passion and affinity toward this plant. I really do love it. So that's why I really put my head together with Harry Cola here to actually form this channel. Um, it's more than just cannabis content. It's just a way of life. Stoners live certain ways, and I don't mean like all messy minded and messy housed or whatever. I do have dreadlocks. He has longer hair and a beard. So, I mean, it's pretty typical, but, there's a lot of complexity to everybody that does weed, and there's different people, lawyers, doctors, healthcare enthusiasts. Or health addicts. So what is the word I'm looking for? Um,
Kids.
Yeah, health advocates. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Health advocates. So there's all sorts of people that use cannabis. So I have a really strong affinity and passion for this plant. So that's why I wanted to bring this type of content to you guys because I want to hold all truths to it, just like we told you, about certain products we've used. It don't matter if we're endorsed by these people or checks are written, we will tell you the absolute truth because we want you guys to have like the ultimate garden indoors or, know about the cannabis and make the best selections at your local dispensaries. So we want to inform you guys about this type of content. So
Well, right, because there's online, there's so much conflicting information. Like I've read the Grower's Bible and different books on growing cannabis. I've done a lot of searching online, and um, there's a ton of different conflicting evidence. So really, the only way to nail that down and figure out what's true or what works for you and what doesn't actually work is just to do different experiments and try different things with the plant until you can say. But then it gets complicated too because if you're dealing with different cultivars or photo periods or auto flowers, they're kind of different worlds. If you're growing a sativa versus an indica, or if you're growing an auto flower versus a photo period, so you kind of also have to hone in what you're working with and how you need to treat that plant.
yeah, and really, yeah, you really do. And you need to acclimate your grow space. There's a lot of things that go to it, but that's what we hope to bring to you on the channel. We want to simplify this complicated process, bring it to you easily, but we also wanted to tell you the complexities of these issues. Because I see a lot of you guys have issues, whether it's growing space, growing issues, nutrient pH. So I want to bring videos to you guys to help you better understand kind of your way around the garden and make you a lot more comfortable. So, you're confident in doing what you're doing in the garden. You're coming out with a really resinous, beautiful bud every time. So that's what we're bringing to the channel, I would say, in 2025. As far as the future of two buds in a jar and cannabis content. We're going to keep pushing against YouTube's age restrictions. We just ask that you guys like, share, and subscribe to our videos. It really helps the algorithm. It helps the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Um, Next, we're going to talk about we got Munchie Mondays and how to make it unique, which I did touch on that. But guys, we hope to make full meals, 4-course meals that are all infused. We hope to make candies, baked goods, drinks, smoothies, everything and anything you can think of.
Savory stuff like beef jerky.
Savory things, that's one of the main things we're going to be doing. That's right. THC infused beef jerky,
That sounds so
if
good.
you can imagine that. So that will be absolutely amazing. Um, a couple other things. Harry's got some great baking skills, and I've been wanting to do these videos. We both got great cooking skills, so we're going to put these videos to the test and really make some amazing food that you don't typically see. And we're going to do that with that. I got a bunch of different candy recipes, different gummies, different baked goods, different cookies. No bakes, all sorts of
Or was it
things.
a cheesecake, strawberry and blueberry cookies?
Strawberry cheesecake cookies and blueberry cheesecake cookies.
Yeah.
There was galaxy candy, and there's just a lot of awesome looking stuff, and as well as really good food. We're going to add to that. We're going to show you guys all the different ways you can infuse any type of food, any type of beverage, just make everything medicated, like me and Harry like it. You know, so that's what I'm thinking about Munchie Mondays. Um, as far as making it unique, I want to bring to you different strands we grow. We're going to infuse them in the food, of course. One plant will be sacrificed, and each grow to the cause of edibles, and we will do that, show you guys how to do it step by step. But the next is what seems to be popular on our channel.
Reviews.
Yeah, I'd have to say the cart reviews you guys love. Absolutely love them. The disposables you guys absolutely love. The What Mats My Dreads episode, for some reason, you guys love to see what I got to bitch about as far as growing and other topics too. If you want to see other topics, let me know. I'll bitch about other things on What Mats My Dreads, or I'll just keep it cannabis. It's up to you guys, since you guys like to see me bitch about things. Um, Let me think. Um, Factual stuff about growing
Yeah.
is one thing, and that's one thing I got to. We
Grow
got
tips.
grow tips. You guys love the pro grow tips. You guys love the other grow tips for auto flowers. I know we did so many videos. We're up to 840 videos we've done. And it feels like it. I mean, it's been fun, but we do forget some of the ones we've already done. That's why it helps to write things down like we do and keep track. That way, we're bringing to you fresh content each and every time we upload. Um, Let me think. What else do people enjoy in her? I know there's a lot of different things. Um, Let me think. I know there's some things that tanked and crashed.
Oh yeah, like
Canna News, Canna News, and what Canna News was, Canna Family, was we picked out news from all over the states that's up and to date, brand new, bring it to you guys live. I was going to dress like an anchor man, but I said, fuck it, I'm just going to look like the stoner that I am. And it kind of tanked out and took a shit. So nobody wanted to hear about Canon News, which I get it. People are probably like, the news, fuck this shit, and just clicked off of it like I would every morning if I woke up and heard the news. I mean, all I need to know is the temperature and, what date it is, I guess, and time. That's, my phone can tell me that. So, anyway, um, where I'm getting at, guys, is what were we on? I got sidetracked. Oh, what seems to be popular on the channel? Um, yeah, I would have to say definitely shorts. I seem to do you guys like. I don't want to seem too egotistical or nothing, but you guys like the ones I explain things and show you guys different products and why not to use certain things and whatnot. You guys like Harry's shorts on growing, so I mean, I gotta say the shorts seem to do pretty good. Some of them YouTube age restricts, but if you guys can, yeah, what, dude? If you guys can keep that in the algorithm, that'd be wonderful. Can of family. Let me see. Um, I think that's it when it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, that's it for what seems to be
Oh,
popular.
what That's my dreads.
Yeah, I did touch on that. You guys love that for some reason, and I'm glad you guys do. There'll be more What That's My Dreads episodes, I promise that. Um, let's see. Number 4, things we hope to bring to our channel. Now, I hope to shoot with a more cinematic approach. I hope to bring, let's see. Yeah, so just improving content. I think every time you upload a video, you should try to make the next one better and better, until you reach the plateau to where you're doing what you're doing, and that's what you do, kind of here on YouTube. I feel like we just want to make quality content, make it easier for you guys to understand at home how to grow quality cannabis and edibles and, the true science and health risk, if there is any behind it, and just give you guys the quality knowledge that you're searching for when it comes to this wonderful plant, I gotta say. And, it would be cool to be unanimously known around the cannabis sphere because I spent so much years of my life to it. So I gotta say that'd be really cool. Um, what is going on, Mario? Shout out to Mario. What's up? The strongest strand I've ever tried. Um, I'm gonna have to say it's white rhino. The white rhino. It was an all tan strand canna family, and it was like where the green normally is on the bud. It was tan, and it was all covered in white crystals and like a bright, almost a blood red hairs. It looked beautiful. It was like albino looking kind of. And I smoked that. It made me cough so hard I almost blacked out. Um, and I mean, it just sent a surge of THC through my brain. So between that,
Okay, so the most euphoric bud I ever smoked.
yeah, what's the strongest?
I'd say it was the most strongest because this was the most euphoric effects I've ever had off of cannabis. It was called Golden Trippy, and I remember smoking some of that, and I looked up at this tree, and the tree was like, like kind of when you're tripping, you kind of
Yeah,
like see things like in
yeah,
like almost like a double vision. Like the whole tree was doing that, and all the colors were got extremely brighter, and it was like one puff, and it hit me like that. Like, wow, it was amazing. Some golden curve.
I will be right back, Harry. There's a few other ones I will talk about as soon as I come back. Actually, that is a good question, but I'd have to say white rhino so far. I'll be right.
Yeah. Try to think of I've had the Black Widow before. That one was pretty fire. Black Widow. Um, so there's been some really good rut strands that I've tried that were really good. The Big Banana Automatic from Royal Queen Seeds, that cultivar that Dustin grew, that had a real strong punch to it. Trying to remember one that was just really, really stands out from the rest. There was some Mac 11 once upon a time ago. That was really good. Um, oh, and yeah, of course, the Granddaddy Perp. We had some of that Granddaddy Perp not some time ago, and that stuff always puts me right to sleep. It just has such high CBD levels. It's rough, but sativas. I've had some crazy sativas. Yeah, strawberries that was recently grown, and that had some serious cracky sativa effects. Uh, there was some hash plant. I remember that hash plant being really, really good. Hash plant was really good. Uh, trying to remember. It wasn't an AK-47. Maybe it was AK-47. No, I'm trying to remember the name. Do believe it was. Uh, hmm, hmm. Oh man, hazes. Trying to look back, but all I can remember is all these different hazes. I've tried a lot of different hazes. I don't like the hazes that much, or the cheeses. No blue cheeses or woody cheeses or none of that. Um, mm, trying to go. Strongest strand. So you're saying white right for rhino is what you fell on?
Yes, sir, white rhino. I'm
I
sorry,
was going.
Canna fam. I'm back.
I was going. It's ridiculous. I think
Now,
it's difficult because depending on who grew that plant and where it really came from could also depend on how good those terpenes are,
that is
how
very
good those
true.
effects.
That's very true. Now, I gotta say, and then we'll read the other comments. Grape ape, because of the genetics and the terpenes, is one of the best cannabises I've ever smoked.
Great babe.
Yeah, let's see.
There was this one, I can't remember that. I've been trying to remember the name of it for so long, but
Snowcap biscotti.
it's something that you would have seen or heard of.
Rick 11's
Back
fucking
11
fire.
was really good. I mentioned that one.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it because it was like it was long, long ago when I was much younger, and I just can't remember the name of. I don't even know if it had a name that was given. You know, it was just really fire bud,
Yeah.
and it tasted like Pez, and oh man, it was just so.
That sounds like Candyland.
What it was, man, I have no idea. It was around Christmas time, and it was just really good weed.
Shout out to Augie Lopez for I fuck with the channel. Good looking out. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Definitely much love to the Canna family out there. How you guys doing? We have live chat up, so if you guys want to put something in chat, if you just want to watch, that's cool too. We got a bunch of topics we're covered. What topic were we even on?
I think we're on four.
Oh yeah, no, we're on three or yeah, four. Uh, things we hope to bring to the channel. Um,
Talk about cinematic.
yeah, cinematic aspects. Definitely a lot more newer content, new strands that you guys haven't seen, different techniques that you guys haven't seen, extraction videos eventually. Show you guys how to make some fire extractions. Um, just gotta wait for the funding to be right on the equipment.
Yeah, we need
Um,
all the right equipment to do any kind of extraction. That stuff's kind of expensive.
yeah, but there will be a lot more to come. Trust and believe. We're not funded. We buy everything ourselves. So yeah, we're shooting for monetization. If you guys could definitely like, subscribe, share with your friends, do all that good YouTube stuff so you can put us in the algorithm. We greatly appreciate it. But
Hashtag where's mom?
yeah, where the fuck is the horticulture category for YouTube? But anyway, what we're going to do here is we got what is it? The future and what we plan to do in the future. We got the Munchie Mondays coming. We got the new podcast hitting every Monday. Every Monday we will be going live. You can ask us questions, comment. We token down with you guys in real time, different times. So we appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Um, let's see here. I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, I know we're just going to bring a plethora of creativity to the channel.
I'm gonna do a bunch of goofy skits.
Yeah, you got him and his goofy satire skits, which is great.
On some more stuff.
And he always does funny shit, so you guys could look forward to that. We're covering it all around. We'll have new grow content on the shorts, different strands you've never heard of, different ways of making edibles, drinks, you name it. Um, just a lot of different content. A lot. So that's what we hope to bring to Two Buds in a Jar for the future. Let's see. Here we go. Strands we want to grow for upcoming grows. Now, Grape Ape is one of them for me. Blueberry OG and Grape Ape and OG Kush mix.
I put up the poll. My Canna family decided it's going to be the jelly donuts. So in the big
Yeah,
tent with all the bells and whistles, I'll do the jelly donuts, and hopefully the second time around with the auto flowers, I'll have all the experience from the amnesia hazes. So I'll go ahead and apply that over.
yeah, it's we're all the time in the community post, guys. I don't know if you've seen our community. We have a community post. We do polls, all sorts of stuff. So go in there, check it out, comment. But there's a poll left for Harry Cole. What strand to grow? And then it was out of four strands. Usually, I give you guys to decide from. You guys hit jelly donuts. So old Harry here is going to be growing the donuts.
Small tent, I want to try to grow based on how small the plant in the 2 gallon pot stayed. I want to see if I can do an auto flower that small in the little tent that I have, just to see if it'll work. I might still have to low stress train it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got one hell of a bush going on in that one pen.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You're gonna have to
I got a. It's literally like 2 by 2 foot, just this little bunch.
yeah, you're gonna have to trim that bush eventually to get proper light
Well,
penetration.
I have. I like okay, so basically with that, I made a short talking about it. Basically with that one, I was low stress training it the whole time up to the point that I decided to put the trellis on. Before I put the trellis on, I went each branch and bend it out. Put the trellis on.
Yeah.
Some of the branches I couldn't hit with the trellis because they just didn't have any space to go. So I was like, all right, I'll just leave them alone. And then it grew up. So I thinned it out again and started low stress training it.
Damn.
So I've low stress trained it,
Damn.
trellised it, thinned it twice, and I'm low stress training it again.
Damn. I just got to trim mine can family, my mimosa.
Such a tiny space. There's
Yeah.
no space in that tent.
Yeah, it's true. You got to kind of train it all crazy.
And it's under a Walmart light, so it's not getting like even lighting. I have it set up to where every time the fan moves, it hits the wire and it moves the light. So that's how everything's getting light.
What strand are you looking forward to the most?
Out of all the ones that I have, I don't know. It's a hard question. I would like to see how this chocolate kush comes out. I definitely want to grow some of that.
Chocolate vanilla kush is
The
good.
grape cake, I want to try some of that.
Grape cake, I fuck with.
There's like 11 different strands in there, and I can't remember them all, but I know there's about 11 in there that I want to grow for sure. And then there's a bunch that are like I'll grow it, but it's not at the top of the list.
I agree. I agree. Grape Ape is what I'm most excited for. I'm going to make such a big deal out of that Cannon family. You're probably going to get tired of seeing it. But when I grow that Grape Ape and the Grape Ape and OG Kush mix, which is an indica mixed with another indica, it's going to be fire.
You're gonna do time lapses on it.
Oh man. So yes, there will be time lapses, there will be shorts, there will be probably me ranting about how great it smells. I absolutely love it. And to compare it for you guys at home that's never smelled it, damn, I hope you guys have water beds and stuff maybe, and you smelled a bunch of wild berry. The company's called
FB head job.
yeah, and it has wild berry incense and they're all clustered together. It smells like that with a grape taste and a grape dank smell. It's just, oh, I love the grape strands, Canna family. Grape soda, grape ape, grape cake, oh, great.
Wedding cake.
Yeah, there's just so many of them. But anyway, Canna family.
Wedding cheesecake.
Yeah, wedding
I
cheese.
had that one.
Yeah, wedding cheesecake looks fire. Do you think it's a cheese strand? I know you think cheese strands are ass. I agree. I don't like blue cheese can of
I
family.
didn't even consider that.
Yeah, fuck.
I
Right?
don't think so.
I
I
don't
don't
either.
think so. And if there is a little bit of cheese in there, hopefully the other genetics speed it out enough to where it's unnoticeable.
Hopefully the cake rides it out.
Yeah,
Hopefully the cake rides it out. So those are the strands you can see basically. I have so many genetics. I have shorts of them. If you guys are curious, you'll go back in our shorts and see the shorts of all the different seeds and breeds I have. A photo period, feminized this, that, auto, and what strands in genetics I have. I have so many of them. I have a large seed bank. I got some from Royal Queens, Herbie's, Hydro Gardens and Lights, 42 Fast Buds, and I think one or two other companies I can't remember that's in my seed vault, I call it, um, where I keep all my genetics in a humidor. That's what it is. It's a locked up humidor. So I keep all of it just in a locked up humidor and good temperature and everything. So I definitely want that's an investment right there. It's quite a lot of money into one little container when you add up all the seed costs, especially the genetics and whatnot. So um, but you guys will be seeing those beautiful, exclusive, exotic genetics grown here on Two Buds in a jar when you tune into the shorts or the videos. We will be making trim videos on multiple strands just to show you how it trims because each strand cuts differently. For those that'll like it, we'll watch it get, cut up. We'll have some cool footage of it before and after, and it'll be sweet, just like we did the strawberries. So the Amnesia Haze is the next, and Gorilla Cookies. Harry looking like he's falling asleep over there. He's hitting that pen too much, guys. Um, Another thing is shorts content for in the future. What do we plan to do for the shorts content in the future? Well, there's always shorts leading up to our content. So when Harry releases a video and I have shorts for it, I tell him to let me know, and we drop the shorts. So you'll see shorts about our content. They're kind of like subliminal messages of what's coming up. We don't say anything about it. Sometimes we put it blatantly obvious. It's just that. And then Harry will drop the video, and you'll already see the short, kind of know what it's about, go into the video, find out what it's all about. So, there will be that. There will be grow shorts. You'll see tons of exotic genetics, and tons of exotic plants pop up all throughout our grows. Different ways of growing them, whether we topped them, whether we're using new nutrient systems, all sorts of different things.
Low stress training.
Yeah, low stress training. So you can see how all this works out in your favor or in your garden if you guys try to applicate it. Um, we will be also doing a live grow, which I hope to bring to the channel. It'll be a camera set up in the grow space where you guys can watch it grow in real time on and off. When you want to see when it's flowering, watch the nugs sway in the tent. It'll be really cool. Harry's going to help me get that set up since he's the tech guy. I just have to buy the camera and the memory card, which ain't a big deal. And then let me think. As far as you will have your satire shorts, your yeah,
Goofy satire shorts come down the line as I work them out, figure out how I'm gonna execute them.
And we will have grow content from Harry Cola because he's growing the Amnesia Haze right now. I'm growing the Mimosa Cake right now. So you have two different growers with two different ways of growing and a bunch of science and, know how backing it up and showing you guys how to do it two different ways throughout the shorts in different ways. We got a comment here.
Because then if you haven't dipped your feet into it yet, trying to decide all these base factors, like what do I want to do? I want to go out and get the fancy RO system, or do I want to just use tap water? Do I want to, get a bigger tent, or do I want to start with a smaller tent? Can I grow in this tiny tent? I would tell you, go ahead and get the bigger tent.
There's a lot of factors, but Augie asks, we got another comment. It's what's your guys' favorite nutrient additive? Oh man, that's hard. If you're saying Augie, if you're I hope I'm saying that right. If not, I apologize. But for Augie Lopez in the comment section below, um,
I love my bio root, so I'm addicted to giving the plant molasses.
okay, yes, I would have to say if you're talking about outside of the nutrients, I like to add silica, CalMag, with from first feeding to flowering, silicas, especially heavy silica during the flowering stage, to really help enhance them buds. Molasses, unsulfured molasses, because they add that to medical cannabis. Or if you're asking nutrients, I like pH perfect technology nutrients. I like Fox Farm, and I like what are we using now? Marriage Grow, which is at Hydro Gardens and Lights are on their store. It's a very simple one, and you don't have to add a bunch of different bottles like you would with Fox Farm.
Right, it's really easy to use. You can scale it up and then bring it back for your flush, and it's just it's not really that complicated.
So, Augie, to answer your question, you got molasses, silica, and
well, you had mycorrhizae too.
yeah, I add mycorrhizae too. So if you want to add like great white to your soil, that'll really help enhance your root systems and make for a bigger plant with a greater yield. I highly recommend great white. That's a good solution. Molasses as well. um, silicas, um, even B12 vitamin if you can. But outside that, pH perfect technology, True Labs, Nutrients, and Fox Farm. Some of them are a little pricey, some of them are good price. You can find them all on Amazon if that helps. Or Hydro Gardens and Lights has some stores, I know that. But or on their website. But I've never ordered directly from Fox Farm. Always got it through a third party like Amazon, and you can find it for a good deal there. So, hope that answers your question. Those are the different nutrient additives I personally like to add. Can't think of any other ones. Outside of that, from germination to
There's a bunch
early
I want to
veg,
try. There's a bunch I want to try.
I like to do from early germination to Augie, from early germination through vegetative. I like to do what's it called? Honey. So using honey, it's just great. You'll see it helps with mildew, pest, it helps your soil, it helps the plant, and then you switch over to molasses when you go to flower.
Honey is good for your early stages, but I really will just skip the honey stage and go right to the bio root using the molasses and the cornmeal and the different like plant steroids, if you will, in there.
Yeah,
But the honey I really like to use for my clones. Right before I put them into that soil, I'll dip them in honey and get them into the peat bog for the soil or whatever they're gonna go into as their starter heating.
yeah, you can do that as well. So, I mean, there's multiple options there for you. This is just how we like to start our plants. I mean, and different things we like to use while growing, honestly. I start mine off kind of bulletproof, tanked and armored with the mycorrhizae and get my soil right. I like to use Fox Farm. Um, Fox Farm Happy Frog is I love the Happy Frog. I've had excellent results and I almost don't want to go into anything else. So
I would. There are some living soils I would like to play with.
there are some super soils I want by Purple Cow called Indicana. And I really want that soil, but it's $40 a bag. But I will buy it one day and I will use it. So I'm just saying, we'll see how good that goes. Because check it out, live soil. Long story short, I don't want to bore you guys, but it can be used as far as just watering. So you pH your water, run it through the soil. pH your water, run it through the soil, and you do this from veg to flower with no nutrients. You heard me right. No nutrients. You just and the soil breaks down and applicates itself toward the stages of the plant instead of you added nutrients.
Right.
So that is mind boggling to
That
me.
looks on your microbes in your soil.
Yeah.
Using stuff like tap water would probably be a bad idea.
Or reverse osmosis if you're not setting it right. Me too.
If you're,
I
but
think you can.
you got to add
You
that
can
cow mag to it. That's all you got to do is add cow mag.
All you gotta do is pH and pH up that and the down the tap water.
But the tap water, the pH up and the pH down doesn't remove chlorine. It doesn't remove heavy metals. It doesn't remove all the extra salts and things that you.
Yeah, but I think his soil's kind of like that's what most people have access to is tap water. So I think it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not everybody can run out and buy a system for
Yeah,
filtration.
I think it would be applicable or definitely applicable. But what was I going to say? Oh, okay, whatever.
But
It's bit rate. It just says the stream's current bit rate is lower recommended bit rate. We recommend use a bit rate of 6800 kbps. What the hell does that mean in English, Harry? See, this is what I'm talking about, guys.
the bit rate is how like fast the does it have to do with the bit rate, like the upload speed? I don't know. Camera can only do what the camera does.
Yeah, sorry, we can't adjust the frame rate, guys. So we'll see
It's not.
how.
It's not talking about the frame rate. That's something completely different. The bit rate, I think, has to do with like the bits upload rate.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's going slower. I'm not sure, guys. If so, we apologize, Canna family. But
Live streams are tricky.
yeah, what I was going to say though, Canna family, is that the next thing on the list we got here is okay, thoughts on these marriage kits
I,
we're
I,
working on.
I was gonna say, are we on number four?
Yeah, they're the marriage grow kits.
The marriage of Drake to we start this off because I think our thoughts are pretty much the same on it. I think that the
Yeah,
pots are gonna have to be bigger because the plant requires a cubic foot of space per month to grow. So if you're looking at something that's gonna grow, let's just say 12 weeks because we like to push the plants a little bit further normally. You know, you need that at least 3 cubic feet of you could push it and say 2.5 cubic feet, and that's about your 5 foot space, right?
yeah,
So it's the pots need to be bigger. I think the fertilizers in there is awesome. The soil in there is awesome. Those root starters, I used them. Those things are awesome.
fuck yeah.
Those genetics, though. You want to take it from here?
Yes, sir, I do. Those genetics are not stable in any way, shape, or form, Canna family. Me had problems with the papaya cookies, and it looks like a green bean stalk, but it's starting to take off. Then you have Harry's over there, which don't have that many bud sites, and he had some kind of issue with CalMag.
I had a CalMag because I switched to using the RO, and really tried to like do as much studying as I could, but there was no real clear, definitive answers. So I just kind of went with uh, my best guess, educated guess, but I was a little bit short. But I figured if I went a little less, I could always add more later, and it's better than going there. It's a lot harder to take it out of. I went with the lesser, and I needed more.
Yeah, its frame rate's slower than hell. I think that's the issue. It's shitting out on us, Harry. But
Oh, oh well, let me go over there and see where the JT
yeah, we're gonna have just stuff real quick, Canna family, and then we'll continue with this live stream. Sorry, we're newer to this, Canna family, and we are trying.
Your microphone right away.
We are trying not to have things like that, to be exact. So, with that being said, I apologize for the loud bang. We're fixing things where we have a quicker frame rate per minute. Harry Cola is on it. He is our tech guy. So anytime you see any technical issues in our channel, just know Harry's on it. And I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick, Canna family, and we will be back here
My
momentarily.
frame rate should be fine. My frame rate's running at the 29 point, 30 frames per second, what it's supposed to be. That's not.
What are they saying there, Harry Cola? Explain it to the audience.
I don't know, man. I'll have to go check that out. See what they're actually talking about. I didn't actually read it. You just said something about a frame rate. And I was like, well, maybe something went awry there, but no, that's fine. So, hmm, oh man, I have no idea. Um, Morning streams current bit rate. Oh, okay. I can just open this thing up right here, I think. Yeah. I don't think I can adjust that here. It's at least not giving me the option to do. I think it'll be alright. Yeah, hopefully the audio sounds good this time around. Doesn't sound all wonky and crazy. is going. Yeah. Yeah, it's working fine. I don't know what YouTube's talking about. They're always complaining about something. I think it's working fine. I don't know what YouTube's talking about.
Do we ever know what the fuck YouTube's talking about? What happened to our numbers and shit? What's all this
Oh, I went back to the other
jargon of shit?
well, if you want to go back to that one, you just got to click this little icon down here.
This thing?
Yeah, I think it's that one. I should bring you back to the one with all the numbers. I figured that I would fix the problem. Oh wait, that's not
Yeah, that's Microsoft and shit.
Mhm. It's one of these tabs that are already open. It's that one. Yeah,
This one.
yeah, yeah. I have two tabs open now, so you gotta open.
Yeah, look, no.
I have multiple tabs, man. That's why.
What the fuck?
Multiple tabs, multiple windows. So,
All right, it looks like it's back in place. No, where the fuck?
this one. No, just click it. There you go.
Cool. All right. Anyway, sorry guys, we had some shit going on. We had to figure it out. It's all right. Harry Cola, the tech guy, is on it. We are at a slower, what looks like bit frame per minute. Some shit's going on. We'll figure it out after the stream.
Yeah, there's no way I can
You
fix
know,
that.
that way we can carry on. So
It doesn't seem back stream. It seems like everything's still running on time.
yeah. Well, this is what happens when you go live, Canna fam. Anyway, so thoughts on the marriage grow kits as a whole. And
We landed on genetics.
the genetics need to be more solid. Their ass.
The kit needs to cost more money.
Yeah, and essentially you need a 5 gallon growing pot, not a 2 gallon. I don't think that's adequate for these plants. They could be a lot bigger and you can receive a larger yield off of a 5 gallon. I mean, you also could with a 10, 15 gallon if you really want to go that far too, as well.
That requires the bigger tent though.
Uh, I think these are for no voice beginners or novice beginners. I'm sorry, I pronounced that wrong.
Well, I'm quite the contrary, honestly. I think that growing in the 2 gallon pot is more difficult because as the plant becomes more pot bound quicker, then if you don't add enough nutrients or you add too much nutrients, you're going to see the signs of those effects immediately, opposed to the plant being able to stretch out and go to a spot in the soil where it's not too saturated, or get to a spot in the soil where there's nothing there and it can get new food, opposed to it's already using food.
Yeah, Harry Cole is essentially saying it'll get root bound a lot quicker and you'll have a lot of problems going on.
Right.
I mean,
Once it does that, you have to
yeah,
keep up on such a steady regimen of feeding, and if you do too much, you're gonna see those problems, and if you do too little, you're gonna see those problems. So I think it's not that it's novice. I think you have to be a really good grower to be able to pull it off, and it be a good plant.
yeah,
So
I agree.
it makes it harder, not easier.
Yeah, they need to stabilize their genetics and I gotta say, just create an overall better product. The design was good. The execution was just poor. Create a better product. I can't in
Yeah, the
sound.
idea's awesome.
Yeah, I can't in sound mind recommend these to the Canna family. We did a video on it. It was quite popular. We got about 5,000 views on it, which is good for our channel. Um, because I see 1,000 views on a video and I'm stoked. I know it's in the grand scheme of things, but I get stoked off just 1,000 views or when it gets into the hundreds even. But because we have a video right now. It's 16,500 views. Everybody loves it. Backwoods.
Yeah, they get all backwoods.
God, I wish we could go back on the Scana family while we're on this topic, and I wish we could have shot that a lot better because we shot it good, but for the time and what we had, but it was it just could have been done a lot better because that's like the introduction to our channel, and there's so much better content. There's so much well better shot, edited, and it's just like son of a bitch. This is what 16,500 people see.
At least
Yeah.
it's not first video.
Yeah, God, God. Now, for the people that are watching this, and I'm sure people won't make it this far, so this is why I feel comfortable talking about it, honestly. Our first video, very first video, all right. I got this THCA CBD infused cannabis that was leaked. Okay, I got like an ounce of it for Harry. I got an ounce of it for me. We smoked the shit out of it. We smoked it. We forgot to hit record through a quarter of it, but we smoked all of it. We recorded it, and it wasn't really a good video. It was absolutely ass. Harry went home, and for the first time in years, I've seen him just keep up with me token, and that's just fascinating that somebody can out of I don't know how many people I've met the past 6, 7 years, but he can keep up with me. But for the first time in his life, he went over there at Ralph's and threw up, and I had a banging ass headache, like somebody was
Delta 8.
smacking the rock. Yeah, it was Delta 8. That's what it was. Delta 8 CBD. It was ass, and it was shaman cannabis.
The Happy Shaman.
Happy Shaman. Fuck that shit. There's a video on it, and it was terrible. That's why I say this, Canna fam, because it was just absolutely fucking terrible. Um, it was just a bad. Oh God, it tasted like shit. The effects were shitty, and like there was just no enjoyment out of this product in any way, shape, or form. You're just better off smoking fucking weed. And then we found out that's another thing with every video we did. We did these Delta H and HHC and all these bullshit ass, you know, THCV and THCA. Guys, just smoke weed. Just smoke weed.
Organic's the best.
Yeah, organic, you don't have to panic. If it's organic, you don't have to panic. And when it's all this weird shit, man, I smoked freaking, what was it called? K2 back in the day, and it made me have a complete fucking freak out. And anyway, I'll tell you guys a video on that. I'll make a video about it. I hate to say it, but I will. Be funny. But anyway, and some of these cannabinoids that were lab based that they were selling people made me feel the same way, and it completely. We had did one more video, and there's still more to do on all these different cannabinoids and stuff, and it made me feel like I just told him after we were shooting it and he edited it that we're done with that. I'm like, if it's not a real weed product, we're not reviewing it because I just don't enjoy any of these Delta 9, 10, 11,
Yeah,
8.
they all get
Yeah, they all taste it. They all taste terrible.
like hay or something.
Like they taste like ass. Like they're like gas station ass pens, man. Like what's this flavor? Oh, it's OG ass. What's this Wi-Fi ass? Like fucking
Just every flavor you could imagine mixed with grass and hay
and
with a pinch
ass,
of ass.
ass, open ass. Like just god damn, they were horrible. But so yeah, we smoked all that shit, so you guys didn't have to. We did videos on it. If you want to check it out, they're all fucking there. I don't recommend any of these, man. So just know that when you watch them, I'm not like, hey, go search and locate these products. Some of them were kind of all right, and the rest of them, 90% of them were shitty.
Yeah, I'd say 99.9%.
Old Harry didn't enjoy them either. So for the marriage grow kits, dude had a problem with the rechargeable one. Harry's had a problem with the amnesia haze. I've had a problem with the papaya cookies. No. Get a pack of seeds from Hydro Gardens and Lights. You're better off, even though they sell the same product. Um, I don't have problems with their seed companies they go through. They go through like Northern Genetics, 42 Fast Buds, a bunch of different other companies, but it's all quality.
I think saying if you just need for it to work the way that you really need it to work, you really need really stable genetics that aren't gonna differ from that course that you've preset for it. Because if you're saying it's gonna run, 10 weeks, you really need it to run that 10 weeks, and keep up with the feeding on the right times. Because I feel like the feeding with the last feeding, I probably shouldn't have given it that much nitrogen, but I did because I'm trying to recover it from all the other issues that it had.
Yeah, bottom line, Canna family, they were fucked up. The genetics, the application. Um, I'd say put better genetics in them and charge more and put 5 gallons worth of Happy Frog, five, feeding that it needs and shit. I would say all that, like they have it, but just better.
Well, I think it's ultimately it's great. I think it's about 80% there, but for it to be a more viable product, it's like you just buy this and you set it up and you're growing a plant. You need it to be that 5 gallon bucket at minimal. 5 gallon bucket, or like if you're doing a 2 gallon, it's really like you're like I feel like you're just
A better souvenir than an actual.
there's a reported right now between the two amnesia hazes that I'm growing, the one in the 5 gallon, one in the 2 gallon. The one in the 5 gallon is growing 25% faster than the one in the 2 gallon. So when I measured them, the one in the 5 gallon is measuring at 2 feet, where the one in the 2 gallon is measuring at 14 inches. That's 25% difference in growth from the start.
Yeah, yeah. See, Canna family, there's just so many reasons. And it's just growing a fabric pot that's at least 5 gallons. There's just so many reasons. That should be your base starter is a 5 gallon pot. Now, with that being said, we got another thing on the docket today. What seed companies do we like the most?
Grow kit, fast flower from 42 Fast Bud, but I've really enjoyed growing that fast flower. I've been able to clone it, doing a whole bunch of different things with it. So
What's your thoughts on the marriage grow kit, Harry?
we already talked about that. But what's your favorite genetics? Because seed places, I haven't seen enough yet. I gotta walk around more. I want to try out Royal Queen. I want to try out some of those Tyson seeds. Look pretty promising.
Okay, so we'll touch that. We got Royal Queen Seeds, which has the Tyson, which has the Jawbreaker, which is like $150.
Yeah, those aren't the ones I'm looking at.
There's a bunch of good genetics on the Tyson. Then
Just because of the price, it's like it.
there's yeah, they're not all that expensive, Canna family. Then there's basically, let me see. There's Herbie Seeds, and I've loved Herbie Seeds. They have a bunch of exotic autos, exotic photo periods, exotic feminized, non exotic, and they're all priced really well. And they have some very unique autos you normally don't see anywhere else, which is pretty cool. They have Northern Genetics. Northern Genetics is pretty cool. They have some really solid Lander strands if you're interested in more Lander solid strands and genetics for breeding projects. They have feminized and unfeminized seeds too as well. Um, 42 fast buds I've grown from strawberries and now mimosa cake. I've had great, slightly their genetics are a little different from one another, excuse me, from
They're a
plant to
little
plant. Yeah, they have little mildly unstable genetics. So there's that with those. So Royal Queen Seeds is where I've ordered all my stuff. A lot of my seeds I got OG Kush seeds. I got Grape Ape. I got Grape Ape and OG Kush mixture autos that are phenotypes. They're F1s. So I paid the extra money and got, quality seeds as far as F1 genetics when it comes to the grape ape. And I gotta say, they're worth it. The Royal Queen seeds are amazing. They come to you quickly through UPS or FedEx. Irby's is cool too, but they do it more low key. They'll send you an object. You have to unscrew this object, whether it's a calculator, they send me a wine opener, okay, guys, and a calculator twice. So I got two calculators I had to unscrew and open, and there's my seeds. And then I had a wine thing that I had to take the wine thing out, pull out the foam, and there's my seeds. So they have many ways of hiding it. They just do that to make sure you guys get your seeds. If not, they'll completely refund your order. They have a Herbie guy you can talk to, the mascot. You talk to Herbie about your order. They send you tracking numbers. So these are the best companies I've seen, especially Royal Queens, because they'll send you a menu if it's your first time and a bunch of, discount. I even got a coupon. That you scratch and you'll get free seeds. I won free seeds, but that was with my next order, and I didn't plan on expired in 30 or 60 days. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. But if
But
you're,
yeah, it is cool.
yeah, yeah, I did win. I got the ticket and shit that even shows that I won extra free seeds with my next order, and I just didn't want to make another order because by that time I spent $600-700 in seeds between Herbies and RoyalSeeds.com. Yeah, on top of the hundreds of dollars of seeds I already had. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to cut off right now because I'll spend. I have certain hobbies and I'll go ham on it. Fuck my finances up if yeah, yeah. Like there's a few things I like to do. Tattoos is one of them, and cannabis is another one. But there's a few other ones that are pretty pricey hobbies, and it's cost thousands. I got thousands of dollars sitting in a cabinet. Basically. So anyway, hobbies are expensive, guys. Make sure you have the money to fund them, I guess. And so is growing. Growing is very expensive. So growing's always you got to have equipment, nutrients, pH up, pH down. But those are the most seeds I would say that we recommend. Harry hasn't had much experience going through many seed banks and companies yet, but when he has his feet properly and planted in the sand of many companies and breeds and seeing a bunch of them grow for himself, he'll reach some conclusions, I'm sure, in the near future of what genetics. Barney Seeds is another company I highly recommend as well before I close out on this subject. They make Grape Ape, which is one of my favorite strands. You will see a lot of content about that when it is growing. I'll be ranting about it for days. I absolutely love that strain. If you haven't had it, it smells like wild berry incense and a water beds and stuff mixed with grape or you got basically a head shop, with all the incense. That's it with grape. That's kind of what the weed smells like and tastes like. So, with that being said, I highly recommend it. And the last but not least on our docket today to talk about is upgrades we hope to do with our grow in the future.
Yeah.
You go
Basically,
first, Harry, since you always have a book.
I don't have that much. I just gotta get a light. I gotta switch out that Walmart light for an actual AC Infinity light, and then I would like to get a humidifier in that little tent so I can have it kind of eyes in there. It needs an HVAC system set up too, but that's I'm gonna kick that can further down the road.
You're gonna kick the old shit can further down the road. I want, since I have a bunch of organic CO2 in mine, I want a CO2 meter, which I'm going to be getting from Amazon. I have, let's see, I want an intake where it's intaking fresh air out my window. I have to buy the window piece to hook up the pipes, but I have an intake and outtake flow going into my tent. So I already have an outtake and a carbon system, carbon filter in my grow tent, my AC Infinity. It's AC Infinity as well, so it's a carbon filter slash intake or outtake. but I need two. So I need an outtake as well, or an intake. I meant. I already have the outtake. And then I need one more light, the panel AC Infinity light for the other side of my tent. That way I can feel like I can fully utilize my grow space, even though I think out one light in there is probably enough to cover it. I'm not sure. I just want to add that to be sure. And plus, if I ever want to do any vegetative growth on the other side of my tent, um, let's see. Can't think of much more I would add to that. Maybe that electrical wall over time to really move all them damn wires. That AC Infinity electrical wall. They have a steel wall you implant into your tent on the side, and it runs all this extra wires. Because if you have AC Infinity equipment, you know what I'm talking about. It looks like Spaghetti City in there. There's so many wires and strings and shit to so much stuff. This wall kind of provides you space to really push your cords over, and you have it at any length that you need them, but it keeps all the wires flat against the wall on the other side while providing this weatherproof panel that's nice. It's about $100 is what it is.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, but which is expensive just for a steel wall, but it's really nice. Harry's
Well, it can hold a camera for you, and it can hold like
yeah,
side lightings and all the wires. Makes cleans all that up for you.
yeah, you're able to hold more devices. And I'm gonna eventually put a camera in my grow tanks. I think it'd be cool, but yeah. So it does add space for that. I mean, genuinely, but I gotta say, other than that, I can't think of really too much. Cause I have air conditioning in mine. I got heating. Oh, I got to get a humidity. Well, I have a humidity thing now, but probably eventually I might get one.
One of the AC
Yeah,
Infinities.
the AC Infinity where it goes down into the tent with the hose. I could probably really use that. Other than that, I can't think of a damn thing. And you guys will see it. It'll evolutionize and change eventually over time. I'm doing a series on my grow room and my grow tent as it changes and I get new stuff. You guys will see, the money that gets put into it and the products that come out of it as far as cannabis. So it'll be really cool, I gotta say. You'll see a bunch of different things. Um, and other than that, I can't think of a damn thing I would upgrade about that space, honestly.
Yeah, those tents are pretty solid, and if you have the once you when you have the right equipment running in there, it makes it really easy. I do more of the automatic and the more techy features with mine, so I have the heater and humidifier. I wish AC Infinity made just the AC unit for the tent, the garden AC for it.
Yeah,
Then I could implement that without having to worry about the cost of a terraformer.
yeah.
That's
You
its got the
guys,
wallet terrorizer.
yeah. If you guys haven't seen what the Terraformer by AC Infinity is, it is a $700 air conditioner for your tent, and they have
Well,
no
it does
other
other stuff. It
size.
does other stuff too.
Yeah, it does a few other
I
things,
think
but
it's a heater and a dehumidifier.
I don't think. I think it's a dehumidifier and an air conditioner.
I thought it had a heat function too.
No, that's what the thermoforge is for.
I don't know. I'll have to relook it up. I'm pretty sure they said it had a heat
Maybe
function.
it does three different devices, basically. Yeah, job. So this is fucking crazy. $700 for a quick device. So I mean that's one thing for out of ten I won't probably ever because I have air conditioning. All I gotta do is open up the flaps in it. That saves me $700. Yeah, essentially. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little. It's like if you were growing in a shed in the woods or something, you might want a terraformer, but maybe in your house you probably don't need it.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Not if you have air conditioning and I mean, if you want that extra automation, yeah. I mean, would I like to have one? Yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't pay seven.
cost. Damn the cost.
Yeah, damn the cost, man. $700 for two other devices. It does the job of three different devices. But I have all three of those already, so I'm like, yeah, good just manually operating this stuff and getting it honed in. So yeah, I can't think of a damn thing I would upgrade other than that.
I think the Infinity equipment's really good. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's definitely tits. It's solid equipment. It's really good as far as growing. I gotta say, I've had a lot of good results from it. I've seen a lot of good results from it, so I highly recommend AC Infinity if you guys are buying anything grow equipment. Switch over your whole tent, buy the panel. I would definitely say that. Learn about it, learn to applicate it to your grow, and you'll come out with more solid cannabis because you'll be chasing what's known as BPD and so many other things and options will be available to you through the phone app. It's just an amazing grow equipment. But we have covered everything in this docket as far as upgrades, what we do in a tent, what seed companies, thoughts on the marriage grow, shorts content for the future, strands we wanted to grow for the upcoming grows, things we hope to bring to the channel, what seems to be popular on our channel, Munchie Mondays, and how we're making it unique, and future of two buds in a jar. We've seemed to cover everything. I would say, yeah. So
And just one minor hiccup there. I think that's pretty good.
yeah, we have one problem, guys, with the live, but we'll be going live. We'll
And we
see.
totally did it recorded already one time before and not
Yeah,
record it. That didn't happen.
yeah. We did this whole live stream, guys, and Harry pushed the wrong button, and
I don't know what
it was
happened, man.
gone, guys.
I don't think I pushed
It
enough
was
buttons. I
gone.
should have pushed more buttons. Whenever you don't think you pushed enough, or if you feel like you pushed too many buttons, you probably haven't pushed enough. Push more buttons.
It just lost itself in YouTube land for fucking ever. It's just gone. Son of a bitch. Old Harry Cole stoned off his ass off Laffy Taffy and pushed some buttons.
Yeah, good old that.
It happens, but well, oh shit, there's a bunch more comments in here. We got Michael Richards, Luke First Live. I just started. Soulfire Gardens Grow, my first of theirs. Have you guys tried Bio 365 soil amazing stuff?
Oh, no, I haven't tried that soil.
Damn, Harry.
What's the soil called?
Sorry, Mike, man. We just now seen Michael Richards, man. What is going on from Two Buds in a Jar Studio? Sorry, man. We just now seen the comments. Um, but we got right here, he asked, I just started a Soulfire Gardens grow, my first of theirs. I've never heard of that, honestly. Um, if it's a genetic, so I'll have to try it out. Soulfire Gardens.
Fire
Yeah.
gardens. What to see what they got.
And Bio. I think it's called Bio All 365 Soil. I have not tried
I have to
that.
write those down.
Yeah.
That'll go away. I think after we close out the podcast.
Yeah, we'll have to try that soil, honestly.
So
Yeah, Soulfire, and then there's that. No, we've only tried so far. I've tried a lot of cheap potting soils, and then
I
and
used to
then
make my own soil back in when I was gardening and just growing tomatoes and stuff. I would take stuff like a couple different kinds of compost, put that as a 1/3 part of the soil. Then I would use perlite, and then just like a really healthy potting mix all that together, kind of create my soil, and that really it worked really well. Sometimes I would go with a sandy loam too if I wanted more drainage in there, but that sandy loam doesn't hold on to the nutrients as well.
yeah, I plan to use Michael Richards. Speaking of which, I want to use something called it's by Purple Cow. It's called Indicana. It's super soil, so there's no nutrients. You just add mycorrhizae, maybe some molasses, whatever. Bada bing, bada boom, whatever you want to add. Cow mag essentially, and it's a super soil. Takes care of it from vegetative all the way to flower. It's $40 a bag for yeah.
It's expensive.
It's very
It
expensive,
has
but
all your nutrients in the soil for you, so it's
yeah,
like you're not paying for the nutrients. You're just They
Paying for the soil, yeah. So I mean, it's yeah,
give and take. But I've heard
yeah.
those living soils, those super soils, you can actually use them more than once if you clean them out. I don't know.
It's on Amazon. There's chances I've seen a bottle with tomato called Bio All, Mike. But hold on. And yeah, the stuff comes in a purple bag. It's a purple and green bag, and it's called by Purple Cow. It's called Indicana. That's the super soil I want to try, but I'll look at that on Amazon actually. There's all sorts of different places we get nutrients from, whether it's Hydro Gardens and Lights, which usually covers everything. If we can't make it to there, me and Harry order it from Amazon. Um,
Dreaded Amazon.
yeah,
The ye who not shall be not that shall not be named.
yeah, we get it from Amazon or let's see, just different companies we look up. We'll go through their website and order it with our cards, do that whole bit, and have it shipped to our house. Um, that's about it. But
It's just more convenient. But I do notice that it seems like on Amazon their soils are more expensive just because it's something that's heavy to ship and move around. So I always like going to the stores to get my soil personally.
Mike, I agree, man. I get a lot of my stuff from Amazon, like Fox Farms, my pH up, pH down. Matter of fact, I got some of that coming in the mail. I just did the shorts on. Um, I get a lot of my stuff because why? It's like you realize you're getting low on it. You're in your grow room, and I'm sure Mike's maybe had this problem watching out there too. You need that for the next grow, or it's dire and you need it in at least a couple days. And it's like Amazon can just boom right at your door in a couple days. So it's like now I could go and get, 30% off and get money off and get it cheaper, and I should do that, but genuinely it's like, man, right now I have a lot of pH up, but I'm low on pH down, so I'm like,
But store hours don't make it easy, and the distance away doesn't make it easy either. So
yeah,
so
yeah,
there are factors that work against.
yeah, I would be getting all my stuff from Hydro Gardens and Lights because it seems logical to go where you have a discount, and so just saying, and they took care of us. They did really good. I gotta say, it's a great company. I love doing content for them. Um, Copycat genetics. Let's see. Yeah, same. We're far away from where me and Harry are from any grocery store too. I gotta say, we're about 25, 30 minutes roughly, depending on traffic, away from a grocery store. Um, but Hydro Gardens and Lights is further from us, so we do tend to run on Amazon because plants are growing now and they need stuff now. And
Luckily, luckily for me, I'm pretty stocked with everything I need for now.
same.
But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make it out there again before I need to restock on.
I have 9 bottles of Fox Farm. I have 6 bottles of pH Technology. I have 2 canisters of that marriage grow.
You're more stocked than me.
Yeah, I have a lot of shit, man. So I mean, I stay stocked though. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I told Harry this, and this was the story. Harry didn't want to grow years ago because the legal technicality and the money. And truthfully, I didn't give a fuck at the time if it was legal or not. I wanted to do it. It was a passion of mine. I loved cannabis. I seen it help many people, including myself. So I was just like, fuck it. And I did it for years. And it went unnoticed. I never got trouble once cultivating, but I grew out of a lot of closets and ran a lot of power at the time. Didn't have a tent or nothing. This was old school doing it. I did it with CFLs and LEDs, so it was like, yeah, it was a learning experience and it was fun. But I grew a bunch of different cannabis plants all together in one tent or one closet. Got a pound out of the closet, so it was cool when you can grow enough weed to get a pound out of a closet. And this was only my third or second or third grow, and it just turned out really nice for me. So I gotta say, I just kept growing ever since then. And then eventually, where we're located, it became legal. And then Harry went ahead, got his tent. Then
Well,
I did my large setup. I've always wanted a whole room,
we
and
got the deal at Hydro Gardens and Lights, and
yeah,
it was like I they didn't have to twist my arm, but at that point you were twisting my arm, and I
I
was like,
was.
ah, I gotta
I
do
was
this.
because he was talking about it. I noticed he was always against it. Then as soon as he started talking about it, I'm like, yeah, you should do this. And then it was like we worked on this channel and we got the sponsorship and they knocked down prices. And I'm like, look at that. Your last thing that you were worried about was the cost. And look, man. And it was like, boom. So he just jumped in it, bought a bunch of different equipment that was really good. AC Infinity, I did too. We both spent quite a considerable amount of money still on both of our setups, and we're still implicating things.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
really cool though. It's awesome to be able to grow different cultivars.
yeah, yeah. What else did Mike say down here? Uh, yeah, yeah, Mike, dude, growing is rather expensive, I gotta say, because man, shit. I got $2,500 just in my setup. My tent was $400. My light was $400. My grow intake was 100. Um, that one thermoforge was 100 something. I spent $100 on mason jars of all sizes, the large, medium, small. I bought pH up and pH down. I bought mycorrhizae. I bought molasses.
All the stuff like
All this stuff. I bought a $50 pH pen from AC Infinity. I bought
which
genetics.
those meters like there's so many different kinds of meters and
Oh,
probes devices.
fuck,
Ones for
dude,
water
is there?
are cheap compared to the ones for your soil. The ones for soil are crazy.
I agree, man. I mean,
You want to know the parts per million of your soil or like the pH of the soil, like all that stuff is just gets crazy in price. But it's cool to have it because it makes it a lot easier, to try to figure things out. If there is ever issues that prop up, you can just, well, what's going on here? What's going on there? And kind of look over everything a little bit quicker. Maybe one day have all
one
the
day,
fancy
Harry, we
probes and
all can
equipment,
dream.
cold plasma seed starter kits.
Honestly, guys, or Mike, I would say nutrient system. I'll tell you the most simplest that we have used to date. Like it's a no-brainer nutrient system.
Marriage grow.
Marriage grow,
Marriage grow.
marriage grow, and it's a teaspoon per 5 gallons. Then you take 5 gallons of water, you get the little teaspoon scoop that even comes with it, you put it in there, you stir it until it dissolves in the water, then you just add your CalMag and your pH up and pH down. It is the simplest shit, and you can applicate it to the water or on top of the soil close to the root system, and you just freaking pour your pH water in it. It soaks in. But I wouldn't recommend, I'd just recommend feeding it directly, like mixing it in water. You don't have to get complicated.
I do the water application
Yeah, we
normally.
both do, and we have excellent results because everything dissolves immediately.
Unless I see plants like a real heavy feeder, then I might do a little bit a light soil application halfway through and water it in. But that's only if the plant's like, man, this thing needs more food.
I'll have to try that brand. There's a few of them. I think the Gaia Green is one of them I was looking for. If they come in the smaller green jugs, but I gotta say, Fox Farm and the Marriage Grow. I like Fox Farm a lot too. It's a little pricey, because there's 16 ounce and then
It's
there's
tried and true.
yeah, yeah, Fox Farm. And as long as you get the right feeding schedule that should come with it, if it don't, just look it up, you'll see it. But it's only a 3 bottle use. If you want to get intricate with it, there's several bottles that come with, like, there's the Dirty Dozen, there's, several ones. There's all the way up to about 15 bottles you can use and applicate to one feeding with certain micronutes and this and that. So it can get complicated, but Fox Farm primarily is only 3 bottles. It's Big Grow, Big Bloom, and Tiger Bloom. So you can't go wrong. It's pretty easy. Um,
Yeah, the Fox Farm's definitely a tried and true, but I feel like the Fox Farm can get a little bit complicated just because it's a lot of.
yeah, 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 it is a bit complicated, and you got to be careful because they are highly concentrated nutrients. They're synthetic, and one is organic. So two of them are the synthetic. The Big Bloom is organic. The Big Grow and the Tiger Bloom are both synthetic. So you have a mixture of both organic and synthetic nutrients in that lineup. So if you're trying to keep things more organic, or if you want to keep things more synthetic, or you don't care either way, that would be a good application. And also pH Perfect Technology. It is a Cannabis Cup winner, and the Marriage Grow
The Marriage
nutrients.
Grow.
And we've seen that on the channel. It grows some frosty, beautiful ass plants.
It tastes
Yeah, yeah, that tasted honestly really good. Made good edibles.
oh, got another comment already.
Yeah, yeah. Michael Richards is in the comment section, man. Shout out to you, man. You're always in the comment section and always much love, man. Much love for that. We appreciate that here too, buds. Um, Booming results. Synthetic. Yeah, I gotta say, as far as organic and synthetic, I try to grow more on the medically organic, but I do use some from time to time synthetics. I do use synthetic cow mag. I use the synthetic silica. I use synthetic nitrogen. I use a lot of things synthetic and sometimes organic. As far as my sugar feedings and things, so I mix both. I would say synthetic and organic, to really bring that plant. But I don't add no PGRs, growth hormones, things of that nature. There's natural vitamins you can give your cannabis plant, like B12, for instance. There's B12 supplements, that helps during vegetative growth and flowering. It's just an extra vitamin that the plant can use to better build its structure, either for vegetative period or for flowering period. Um, let's see. Grow dots.
Oh, Grow Dots. I know about Grow Dots. That's from the Dude's Grow Show. They
Yeah.
talk about Grow Dots all the time. That's the
What?
recharge stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna try out.
Yeah. What's your feelings on that, Harry?
I haven't tried it yet, but I've really I tried compost tea. I made it back when I was growing, vegetables and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Yeah.
compost tea can do amazing stuff. I've used it as an insecticide. I mean, insecticide version of it. It did better results than anything you can go buy at the store. I used it as a fertilizer. I've used it as a foliar spray. I've used it as so many different things, and it's always just had awesome results.
Yeah.
So once he said compost tea, I was like, yeah, man, I know about that stuff. And if it
Yeah.
does anything like compost tea, that's amazing for your plant.
Oh, hell yeah, absolutely. I gotta say, compost tea is really healthy. So I gotta say, anything that's rechargeable, as far as the recharge, it's pretty good. I do prefer personally like B12 supplements and things of that nature, mycorrhizae too, that helps build your
Well,
root system.
the recharge stuff has a bunch of different, I think like 5 or 6 different kinds of mycorrhizae and fungus and beneficial bacteria for your ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really awesome.
So yeah, that would be a good option, I guess. I know he knows a lot of Harry knows a lot about them. Would I use them personally? Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. It's another product I'd like to test on the channel, honestly.
Check it out, see how it does.
Yeah, Michael says it's awesome, man. He's all the time in the comments section with the grow knowledge too, man. So he's nailing it too, I gotta say. What is it? The recharge is awesome. We'll have to try it and do a video on it. I'm all for it.
I was already looking at it. I've been looking
Yeah,
at it for a minute. It's the end of the month for me. Maybe in the middle of the month I'll get.
I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. Well, guys, unfortunately, we have went through the docket on this live stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are going to shoot some more content for you guys. We only got so much more time, so thank you for joining us again on a live episode of Two Buds in a Jar podcast. We're going to have a lot more different topics, a lot more things to cover. We're going to cover all sorts of things on upcoming content and things to come to the channel. Even more so, you'll see it as it progresses. Thank you for joining us and watching this. Much love. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And as always, I'm your host, Dustin, and this is Harry Cola.
Later, guys. See
We'll
you on
be
the next
seeing
one.
you guys next time.
Oh yeah. Oh, I hit the end this thing.